Cold approaching in 2024. Should men be cold approaching modern day women? Now, I've seen a lot of videos where men go out and cold approach women in their day to day lives. And the results are sometimes good, and sometimes, people get rejected, and that is life. Now, I want to give my perspective on the whole cold approaching method, theory, etc. that men are doing. And I want to first touch on this. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, I don't care what you look like. I don't care who you are. If you actually have the courage, okay, to go up to modern day women, especially, and to put yourself out there and to be that sort of superior man in today's society, you should be respected for that. Now, a lot of women don't actually take into consideration the amount of courage that takes a man to do, especially in our culture today, because most men have to walk on eggshells around women just in general, because there's so much do's and don'ts, say this, don't say that. It can get really overwhelming for our men. So, in my experience, when I have men come up to me out in public, I have nothing else to say but thank you. I'm in a relationship, but I still make sure I let that man know what he is doing has purpose. And yes, for me, it's a no because I'm in a relationship, but the fact that a man has taken the bravery to go and put himself out there with the possibility of a no or rejection, etc., it needs to be applauded. And I really hope more so women get to see this video as well. And men, if you have sisters, aunties, you let them know, okay? If a man comes up to a woman in today's society with the intention to get to know a woman because she's either pretty, he has some sort of magnetic attraction to her, and he acts on that, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That is what I want to see our men doing. I don't want our men to be constantly, thinking that dating apps are a safe place. Dating apps are actually not that safe. I'm not saying dating apps are bad. Honestly, I think that it's a part of our society today and it is a way to meet people, but you have to be aware of some of the red flags that you can come across in dating apps, catfishing, maybe creating a fantasy of the person you're going on dates with to meet your own expectations or your ideal partnership in this person that you haven't even met yet online through this digital age. So cold approaching is a must within men, okay? I want you guys to know how respectable it is if a man comes up to a woman, even if I see it out in public, like I'm always clapping for the man being like, yes, you followed your intuition. You did it. You did it. And guess what? You're building confidence. You're building your ability to push past uncomfortability. So regardless of the outcome of whatever happens, make sure you brush it off or you don't take it, make sure you take note that not a lot of men even have the courage to do this, okay? It's really sad, honestly, if you think about it, how our culture today has programmed our men into being scared of approaching women. Like, this is not normal. This is mating at its finest. And now men are even falling into the traps that you coming up to a woman is dangerous out in public. This needs to be observed and witnessed and honestly become more aware of within our culture. Okay. So I really recommend if you guys see a pretty woman out and about or you have some sense of attraction to her, regardless of the outcome, take the outcome out of it, but instead follow that intuition, follow that urge to go up and do something that's pushing you past your comfortability, and you're stepping into the unknown. And within the unknown, a lot of magic can take place. And you're also showing yourself that you are not going to allow another person's answer to dictate the way you present yourself, the way you feel. Even if it's a no, the best thing to do is take it as a lesson, take it as growth, take it as something you're doing for yourself, self-development. Okay. This could be a practice. And if you're like, maybe uncomfortable right now with the idea of going out and asking a pretty girl out on the street, start with just complimenting people that maybe you don't even find attractive, and build up the confidence to go and do that in the future to people you are actually attracted to. Like if you see someone at the gym, let's say, and you like her shoes, be like, hey, I like your shoes. Where did you get them from? Or, whatever you can think of. I mean, just start complimenting someone, and take note upon how it makes the other person feel as well. A lot of women, when men come up to them, um, unfortunately, I think a lot of women are programmed with fear. And this is something that makes sense to me because a lot of women haven't had the best experience with men, but it's also not an excuse to not celebrate the men that come up to you and appreciate them for it. Every single man that comes up to me and asks me for my number, I always take a minute to talk to them and be like, you know what? Thank you so much. I do have a relationship, but I want you to know, keep doing this. Keep putting yourself out there in this way. Continue showing your masculinity in the sense of showing desire for a woman and then acting upon it. It will get you success. I always like to celebrate the men who have the courage to do so. So that's kind of like my video upon it. I'm not a man, so I'm not going to sit here and give you guys like men advice for cold approaching because, I've never done it. Actually, that's a lie. My first boyfriend, I went up to him in the gym, and that relationship lasted like 3 years. So I followed my intuition on that. And so I do have one experience, okay, with that. That being said, I would never really go up to a man and ask him out again, being in the state I am now, because, well, I'm in a relationship, but regardless of that, it's just not something that I would want to do, honestly, because it puts me into a masculine force just going into something like that does not make me feel feminine. And me being a feminine woman, I like to honor that part of myself. So, and you know what, men, you will be surprised actually of the more you do this, the more attractive you will even become, because you can go up to a woman and showcase your confidence, showcase that you have a sense of integrity to you and self-respect, that regardless of what she says, you can brush it off, be like, okay, well, I hope you have a great day. Or just kind of like, you don't have to be weird if she says no. Just honestly take it as practice and take it as, just you mastering your ability to show up and face rejection, because rejection's everywhere. It doesn't have to just be in relationships. It could be through other avenues as well. So more men need to start cold approaching. Okay. I don't care what you look like. I don't care about whatever sort of limiting belief that your mind is feeding you. Stop it. Okay. And just go and do it. And and I'm excited to see, the more men actually feel comfortable being men again, the more women will feel that deep sense of desire coming from healthy masculinity rather than just being lusted over through Instagram. It's really unattractive. So I hope you guys liked today's video. It helped in some way, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.